So, as a follow-up today, I gave a talk last week answering a question about how to achieve excellence, secrets to success, I think. The link will be available. If you missed the talk, make sure to check it out. Also, make sure to check out, there'll be a link for our Patreon page if you find these videos, the quotes, everything online. If you find it at all helpful. It is just me and a couple other people that are helping, so it would be, if you, to whatever extent you find it valuable, any of your support would be appreciated. It would help us to keep it going. So that's that. I'll knock that out of the way first. But the question, I actually got a question about training and working out because I did something rare today. I actually posted a video or a picture with some words regarding working out, and I got a question about what my training regimen is and what exactly I do. I push myself pretty hard. I'm in the dojo a lot, so we do a lot of sparring. That's the kind of, we're throwing each other around or punching each other, kicking each other, that kind of thing. And I also do a lot of weight training. So today, I was in the gym with Aaron Kratz, who you guys have seen on a lot of posts. He's a huge contributor, a huge help to the site. Zen Teachings as a whole. He's also been practicing with us forever. I mean, he's an awesome guy, one of my favorite people in the world. And we were talking a little bit about what would be best in terms of touching more people, maybe broadening the base a little bit. And one of the things, I thought this question was actually timed perfectly because to me, working out is a huge part of my life. I'm at High Caliber, which is an awesome CrossFit box that's close to my house. It's under renovation right now, but it's one of the best boxes in the area, so you should definitely check it out if you're in the Southeast Michigan area. But we work hard. The thing about meditation, and I post a lot, and I teach a lot about meditation, and I believe that it would definitely improve anyone's life, but there's more to it. You can't just be completely in your head. Sifu has a awesome analogy, one of the best analogies that I've ever heard, and it's basically you have two colors. You have red, you have yellow. So let's call yellow all of the meditative aspects, right? The internal disciplines, the meditation itself, the harmony, the peace. And the red would be all of the fighting. That would be the combative aspect of the martial arts. So you have your punches, kicks, throws, that kind of thing. And yellow is one thing, and red is one thing. But to be a martial artist, it's really the blending, and that makes the orange. So if all you do is fight, you're not a martial artist. You're a fighter, and that's fine. That's a sport, but that's not martial arts. And if all you do is meditate, then you're some kind of monk or something like that, and that's fine too. But it's not a martial artist. You have to be able to actually do something, and combine the two, or else it's just not what it is. And so, as I take this, and how does this relate to working out? One of the biggest things is figuring out how to be comfortable in a level of discomfort. I have conversations all week. I've got a really good friend at work who we discuss all kind of things, and she has a hard time actually reaching out and saying things to people when they need to hear them. And I kind of encourage this finding comfort in discomfort. Sometimes those hardest conversations are the most useful and the most necessary. And it's the same in your workouts and your physical activity. I mean, you've got to use your body and kind of push yourself. To be perfectly honest, I'm not a very good CrossFitter. I've been doing it for a couple of years, and all I do is martial arts. I know how to punch and kick, and I know how to meditate. I'm outside of my comfort zone when I'm trying to keep up with these younger people who are great at what they do. But I think it's important, not for necessarily placing, not for for beating anybody's time, but it's important to make yourself uncomfortable and to seek out those opportunities to actually grow and to go ahead and do that as often as you can. I mean, you've got to find those opportunities, and you've got to put yourself in them. Why? Because oftentimes people will, we see it a lot in the dojo. People are going to get in shape before they come. They're gonna, when things settle down in their life, they're gonna do this. When things are just right, they're gonna do the other thing. And those times never come. There's never gonna be a time in your life that everything's working just perfectly. If you're waiting for that, you're gonna let your entire life pass you by. And I've told you many times, it's not the things that you did that you regret, it's the things you didn't do. And to that end, and in that kind of line of thought, we can get caught up, if you are in your meditation practice, which I think you should be, and I hope that you are. Don't confuse that with that's enough. You still have to go out and live in the world. The point is to be able to transfer what's on the cushion and that state of mind and everything else into your actual life. And we test that in the dojo by throwing punches at you. Outside, it's going to be your boss. It's going to be the person in line at the store, or it's going to be the person on the road who cut you off, and you get to respond well. But if you just can be peaceful and calm, and if you just can have this sense of harmony when you're sitting down, then it's really not impacting your life. And when you take it out into your actual life, you'll start feeling the benefits. And that, I think, is when you actually get hooked and when you do it. So that's what I do. I find ways to push myself. And I think that that's the way to growth. It's through this discomfort, it's through seeking out these challenges that you actually develop a sense of growth and a sense of accomplishment. And as you set up these goals, and as you actually accomplish these goals, you're going to find yourself to be more confident. You're going to find that, okay, I tackled what was once insurmountable, and now I'm able to do it. And so next week I'm going to bite off a little bit more. Next week I'm going to bite off a little bit more. My Sifu Donahue, who runs the Rochester school, and my very good friend Travis, who runs High Caliber, we're doing a competition in November. And I'm a little nervous about it. It's going to be tough. There's going to be a lot of really good athletes who work out a lot more than I do. But we're going to do our best, and we're going to certainly, like anything else, you can't guarantee a victory, but you can guarantee your level of effort. And the key is to always be able to give your absolute best. If you do that, and if you take that and you seek those things out, then it's really going to make improvements in your life. I mean, there's a saying, you go to law school and you get your JD, and then you pass the bar. So technically you're a lawyer, but in my opinion, it's not until you face a tough case, until you have to actually advocate for a client, then you're a lawyer. If you're, people call themselves, oh, I work out, but they do these easy workouts. It's only when you've had to dig deep in the tank that you can say, really, I'm about this. This is what I do. And you've got to seek those out and don't run from them, because it's in that discomfort that you find out, A, who you are, B, that you're capable of way more than you think you are, and C, that's just where the growth occurs. So put yourself in those situations, push yourself. Don't do what's always comfortable. When you first started this, sitting for 5 minutes probably was impossible. Now, hopefully, you're up to 15, 20, maybe one day it'll be at hours, but it's only by deciding you're going to do it. And one of the biggest things, Aaron and I had a long conversation about what makes a person strong. And it's not how much weight you move. It's not how hard you can punch. It's really just being the person who does what you say you're going to do. So I know that, for instance, come November, I'm not going to quit. And I know that the people that I'm practicing with, that I'm competing with, are not going to quit. And as long as we can leave and say that we've done our absolute best, and that's a good thing, and that's a win. And it's often you hear in fighting, you win or you learn. There's nobody who can guarantee victory, and there's nobody who can tell you that they weren't ever afraid. And if they do tell you that, they're lying. But I want you to seek out that fear and actually understand that you can stand up to the challenge. You are capable of way more than you give yourself credit for. And so and I see that even for me, to be honest, putting the quotes and things like that I write, or the blogs or the talks, it's one thing, but putting me out there is a challenge for me. But I can't be afraid of it, because there may be something that somebody needs to hear. But what I implore you to do, I'm being repetitive now, I'm just talking, there's no script, um, is be sure to get out there. Do something every day that makes you a little bit uncomfortable. Really push yourself. If you can do 10 reps at the gym and it's easy and you can talk to me while you do it, then it's probably not enough weight. And you should be a little bit uncomfortable, and you should seek out those things that you can't just easily accomplish, because just like being a lawyer, until you're tested, you're not really that thing. So stop avoiding it. Get out there, do it. But that's what I do to answer the question directly. Long answer. But yeah, I'm at the dojo a lot, probably at least 4 days a week. In the gym a lot, working out hard, always exhausted, always pushing hard. Um, and there are days I don't feel like doing it, but I do anyway because I said I would. And if you say you're going to do something, stick to it. It doesn't matter if you're tired. It doesn't matter if you're not feeling good. If you said you're going to do it, do it. And the more things you do in your life like that, where you hold yourself accountable for your own behavior, for your own actions, you're going to lead a much more successful life. So hopefully that answers. Again, check out the link to the site. It'll be in the bio somewhere. And then also, again, if you find this kind of thing at all helpful, and you want it to be, if you look forward to the Zen Teachings insights, to the quotes, to the answering the questions, to these videos, consider supporting our page so we can keep it up for you, because we enjoy doing it. This is what we do anyway, and so it's just kind of part of our DNA, I guess. But I think it's also a part of yours. So if you're willing to put yourself in those situations, you're going to be surprised. So keep practicing, keep working hard.